It's being called a jobless summer for young people across Canada. Youth unemployment rates have jumped to 14.2%. That's a level that we haven't seen since September of 2012, excluding the pandemic. Canadians aged 15 to 25 are among those affected. Joining us for more insight this morning on why we are seeing this trend and what it means is Iona Doherty, a professor at the University of Waterloo and the director of the Youth and Innovation Project. Welcome to Your Morning.
Good morning.
So those numbers in the 15 to 25 age bracket are facing the most difficulties finding a job. Why is this age group having the hardest time?
Unfortunately, the reality is that this is the age group that's always hit the hardest. So they're often the last hired, and that means when there's an economic challenge, they're the first that are let go. We also see that this group has, of course, the least amount of experience, right? They might still be in high school. They haven't necessarily yet gotten a university degree. And there's a lot of bias amongst employers that you need a university degree in order to be a competent employee, which isn't true. These young people have incredible abilities, but unfortunately that makes them less valuable in the job market.
Okay, Ilona, according to the hiring site, Indeed, postings for summer jobs dropped this year compared to the past 2 years, yet there's been an influx in job applications. So what's contributing to this rise in youth unemployment? Are there just less spots available?
Again, the economy is challenging. And whenever it's challenging, again, these are the jobs that are likely to kind of disappear. So this is unfortunately not unusual. This is a reality. Youth unemployment is always higher than the general unemployment rate. So unfortunately, this isn't anything new. We're just dealing with a really tricky economic time. And certainly what I've heard from folks is that that getting a job is really hard right now, no matter how old you are. And it's just a little tougher for young people.
Yeah, I want to break those two sets of numbers apart. Sort of 15 to 18 years old, potentially you're still at home, you have a little bit of a safety net in your parents or your family structure. But in that older part of those numbers, sort of 25 to 20, what kind of ripple effect can we see in not being able to find employment?
So we're actually in the midst of a longitudinal study in partnership with RBC Future Launch, and we're going to be running this study until 2028. So we've got lots of great data about what's going on with young people when it comes to employment, but also when it comes to thriving at work. And we know that it's not just about getting a job, it's about getting a good job. And if you don't get a good job kind of immediately from the time that you enter the labor market, then that can cause scarring, what they call economic scarring, over the course of your career. We're especially seeing, unfortunately, young women get lower wages, significantly lower wages than their male peers from day one. So we see a gender gap in this study, which is hugely problematic. So this has long-term impacts for young people, and we certainly need to be taking it seriously.
You know, that report is fascinating to me. What about long-term trends? Or even if we could see this trend continue into the fall, maybe not the news that demographic wants to hear.
And that's exactly why we're doing this longitudinal study. It's really quite a visionary study. We're really thrilled to be a part of it. And that's what we're wondering. We're wondering, are these trends going to continue? We just collected a whole bunch of new data this summer, and we'll continue to collect more data over this year. So we need this kind of data to know, is this a long-term trend, or will the economy get better and things get a little bit better for young people? But certainly it's the adults and it's the employers. We need to change our behavior. It's not the young people. The young people are doing great. They're doing their best. And it's all of us that really need to be there to support them.
Can you touch on that, Ilona, really quickly, what you mean by employers need to do a better job and not so much the people who are looking for the work?
So I would say trust young people. You know, a young person who has a high school diploma has a lot of incredible skills. Take a risk, hire a young person without a university degree, and also get to know them and be willing to invest in training. So those are certainly some of the things we can do.
Listen, I love that perspective from both ends of the hiring. I appreciate you coming on, Ilona. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, Anne-Marie.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.